Zach mentioned that female deputy constable, Harris County Precinct 1. She was taken to Memorial Hermann Hospital. Again, to repeat what he just said, thankfully, yes, the best news possible. She is stable. The suspect was apprehended. Don't have any information in terms of who this person is. And again, what were the events leading up to that shooting? The call initially came in that this was an active shooter situation.
That's right. So I'm sure terrifying moments for the people who were there in jury duty. As we heard from that witness who gave the information to Zach, talking about how they were told to get on the floor and cover their heads, and that building was on lockdown. So grateful to hear that this Precinct 1 deputy constable is stable and will continue to follow her prognosis throughout the day. Her identity has not been released. Our thoughts are certainly with her and her family. And the district courts did put out a message thanking their first responders for doing a great job neutralizing that threat. We're so sorry to hear that one law enforcement officer was injured, but again, they appear to be, they are stable as per the statement this afternoon, and we'll continue to watch that.
And we saw from Gage's live shot just a few minutes ago, all of the yellow caution tape that had been set up outside the Family Law Center. Authorities securing the scene there, multiple law enforcement agencies responding to this scene. HPD, the lead agency. In fact, we want to go back to our Gage Goulding, who was outside the Family Law Center. And Gage, you're speaking with a witness?
Yeah, so we're talking with Brian here. Brian was actually at the jury across the street from the Family Law Center. So photojournalist Michael Lemon's behind this. So this big white building you see here, that's Family Law Center. He was across the street in the jury center. Brian, kind of tell me from start to finish, what did you see that you kind of started realizing something was going on?
Yeah, so they were starting to call out the jury numbers. Some people were leaving the room. All of a sudden we heard a big kind of like pop, shatter. Sounded like someone fell down the stairs or something, and that's kind of what we all thought at first. And then there were sheriffs kind of coming around saying, everyone get down. They locked the doors, and we were just kind of there on the ground for, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. After that, we started to see sheriffs walk the hall again. We figured we were probably safe, so we all stood up, and then, I don't know, we just sat there kind of with the doors closed for maybe 30 minutes until they finally came in, and they actually started calling jurors again. Stopped that pretty quick. People were not too happy about that and decided to let everyone go. So, but we really had no idea what was going on. We just heard a pop and glass. It sounded like someone, like I said, maybe fell down the stairs holding something. And then the door, they locked us in.
And I want to show, hey, Michael, do you mind coming right through here? Right over top of this Precinct 1 vehicle. You see the glass that shattered there? Are you seeing that? Right over top of the vehicle. It's one of those big panes of glass. You seeing it? Right on the side of the building here. Right over top, if you come here, I'm sorry, right over top of this cruiser right in front of us. There it is. That's the sound that he heard. Sorry, we had to get that. Television. That's the sound. That was what we're guessing at this point, probably a bullet that went through that window. When you see that now, realizing that you were right kind of on the other side of that.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of all comes together here. You have a moment to think about it. What goes through your head?
Yeah, no, it's just pretty crazy. I mean, I think we were all pretty safe. We were downstairs in the basement, kind of below all of that, but there is a security guard station like right next to it. So when I came up the stairs and saw that, I was, man, that'd be pretty terrifying for them.
And this is a busy part of downtown. Again, one that you would think would be necessarily pretty safe. It's a judicial complex after all, right?
Yeah, so that was kind of what was surprising to me when we got locked down. You have to go through metal detectors and everything. I really was not too concerned someone was in the building. I thought that was kind of not plausible with all the bailiffs around and stuff, but still pretty weird.
Gotcha. I'm glad you're okay. Brian, thank you so much. So we are, at this point, just minutes away from a press conference here where we're going to get an update, hopefully a lot of answers, as I was talking about a couple minutes ago. We have these puzzle pieces in front of us. We know what happened. We kind of know exactly where it happened, but we need to know what led up to it and all of those different pieces in between. So hopefully we'll have those answers for you whenever I see you next in a little under 5 minutes here, okay?
All right, Gage Goulding, we certainly appreciate that. Thank you so much.